Amazon delivery coming your way in España. That's what I'll be sharing about today. I'm going to go over Amazon services in Spain, what to expect, how to sign up and use the app in a different language if you don't speak Spanish. I'll explain how it works from country to country, what deliveries are like, and I'll tell you about all the different kinds of items I have purchased for my home renovation on this current trip to Spain. Hi, my name is Nicole. Welcome to my channel, Travel to Money, where I share about how to travel, adventure, and have fun on the road to financial independence, especially if that road is leading you to Spain. It's hard to believe, but Amazon has been around since 1994. 30 years. But of course, it took a while before it was a household name in the US. Amazon Spain launched in 2011, and as far as I can tell, is becoming more commonplace here as well. Back in 2018, when I purchased my first home in Spain, I did have a few items delivered from Amazon and even signed up for Prime here. I couldn't believe the cost was so much less than Amazon Prime in the US. But that is also when I realized that my US account wasn't the same as my Spain account. I can't have Amazon Prime worldwide. Each country seems to have its own version of Amazon. This can get a little bit confusing, but I'll give you some tips for how to navigate it. The first thing to know is that if you're wanting to look at what's available from Amazon in Spain, you need to visit amazon.es. .es in Spain is like the .com of the US. Currently, viewing the Spain version of Amazon is only available in Spanish and Portuguese. This is, of course, where apps like Google Translate come in handy. Personally, when I'm in Spain, I use a different browser on my phone to view my Amazon account. This is because I'm heavily involved in the Amazon influencer program in the US, and I don't like going back and forth between the different versions. So all of my main browsers and the app I prefer to keep connected to my US account. So I exclusively use another browser to view my Amazon Spain account. Most browsers these days have a translate option. For a while, it was always asking me if I wanted to translate each page loaded, but I went into the settings and asked it to always translate so that it's just automatic. Now, I used the same email address to sign up for my Spain account that I did for my US account. When I'm in the app, if I want to, I can just change back and forth between accounts. So if you would prefer that, it's not super difficult. While you're in the app, if you hit the little person icon, once that page loads, there should be a flag at the top that represents the country you're signed into. Just click that flag and then you can select the region, and then below that, it lists the languages that are available for that particular country you selected. If I'm being honest, after I set up Amazon in Spain and used it that first year, I kind of forgot about it. But this year, specifically on this most recent trip to Spain, as I've been working on decorating the house, Amazon deliveries have become almost a daily occurrence. The options are better and the delivery is generally fast, though I will mention some problems I've run into. One of the reasons I've opted for Amazon is specifically because of the free delivery on large items. I have a Honda CR-V and I can transport some things, but Amazon has just taken so much off of my shoulders with delivery. If you saw my recent before and after of my kitchen, you know that I ordered all of my kitchen appliances from Amazon, my refrigerator, stove, and oven. The delivery was easy to arrange and I got great deals too. In the description of this video, I'll leave affiliate links to all of the Amazon products I've purchased in Spain. If you use those links to make your purchase, it helps to support my channel. Now, I haven't always been able to find what I want for every single item on Amazon, but the options really are good. Here's a little tip. I usually type in the English word for whatever I'm looking for. Like in this example, I typed chair. But what I found is that if I type in the Spanish word, so here I'll type sillón, and I'll often get a different set of listings. So I do both. Another thing I really like about Amazon everywhere is that even though you're shopping with this massive company, many small businesses sell on Amazon, and Amazon will actually tell you when a listing is from a small business owner. So if you're super passionate about supporting small and local businesses, you can look for that designation. Another cool option is looking at what Amazon Secondhand has to offer. You can find this in the main menu. From here, you can get discounts on returned or open box items. They do an inspection of each item and list the condition with choices from acceptable, good, very good, and then like new. The great thing is that they are still covered by the Amazon return policy. Some other items that I have also purchased on this or recent trips are my new mattress and even my bed. These are large items that I, again, didn't want to have to deal with moving, so having Amazon deliver them was so easy. I also purchased my bedroom rug, pots and pans for my kitchen, my sheets and bedspread, curtains and curtain rods, and more. As I shop in common stores in Spain, I will often pull up Amazon while I'm shopping to see what their prices are like in comparison. Recently, some of my friends visited and got me loving paddleball. I went to the local Decathlon, which is the main sporting goods store here in Spain, and I picked out a paddle. I was looking at the cases, but they didn't have a ton of options. So that's when I decided to look at Amazon. And for around the same price or even less, they had many more options available. Knowing that many items I can have the very next day or usually within 2 to 5 days is just a really great option. Okay, but now let's talk about the realities of deliveries. Spain is not a place, at least not in the villages like mine, where you'll have a package left on your doorstep. First of all, most houses in the towns and cities are townhouses, so it's not like you have your own piece of property with a front porch. I'm not sure what they do for the villas in the countryside, but if you know, let us know in the comments. Anyhow, what this means is that you generally need to be home for the delivery. However, Amazon lockers have now been popping up everywhere. I live in a town of just 10,000 people, but there are at least 5 locations within this town where I can have items delivered to an Amazon locker. With this method, once the item has arrived, you connect to the lockers via Bluetooth, enter a code, and the locker will open for you. I found that I need some sort of data connection when I'm at the lockers so I can pull up the Amazon page, so I wouldn't recommend this if you don't have some sort of cellular or data service in Spain. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can't get just any delivery to the lockers. I think it's probably based on the size of items, but there have been several orders I've placed on this trip where that wasn't an option due to the items I was ordering. Another thing to note is that Amazon makes use of many different delivery services. Sometimes someone will pull up in an Amazon van, sometimes it's DHL, sometimes it's Correos, which is the local postal service, and it could be one of a list of like 20 or 30 other delivery companies. The reliability of each seems to vary greatly. For example, over the last few weeks, I've had a lot of items delivered. Many of them arrived on time or even early, and for many of the services, it would show me a map and let me know how many more stops the driver had before the items were delivered. We have something similar to that in the US. In another case, with my pots and pans, I got 2 different notifications saying that delivery was attempted, which means the delivery company lied and reported that to Amazon. But considering I was home both days, I know for certain that delivery was never attempted. This has now happened with 2 or 3 different orders, and it's a bit frustrating. Amazon does list contact numbers for all of the delivery services, but if you don't have a Spanish phone number, it can be difficult if WhatsApp isn't an option. I only have my phone from the US, so the charges to call the delivery companies just aren't worth it to me. In the case of some other orders, it would tell me I would be receiving a delivery on that particular day. Then later that evening, I would receive a notification saying that the delivery had been updated and the item would now arrive 4 days later. It's my guess that this is happening with certain Spanish delivery companies who operate more on Spanish time than Amazon's fast delivery expectations. I'm leaving Spain in a few days, and it's looking like I may have to cancel a couple of the orders because the delivery still hasn't been completed after weeks. I don't blame Amazon as much for this as I do the carriers they are choosing to employ. Anytime I have a delivery scheduled from an actual Amazon delivery person, it's always been on time and the communication has been good. Now, if you want to sign up for Amazon Prime in Spain, it's just €4.99 per month or $49.90 per year. This includes many different free delivery options. If you live in any of the big cities, you can get free 2-hour delivery of Amazon Fresh. You also have access to Amazon Video, Music, and even Photo, where you get unlimited photo storage. Keep in mind that shows and books available may be a slightly different variety based on what rights Amazon has for those different countries. In doing research for this video, I read that Amazon reported in 2021 that after 10 years of business in Spain, they had invested 6.8 billion on infrastructure and had at that point employed over 12,000 people, adding an average of 20 jobs per week to the workforce in Spain, offering what they refer to as competitive salaries, full benefits, and even continued education. In 2019, Amazon in Spain had 9,000 small and medium businesses selling on Amazon, with half of them delivering around the world, bringing in 450 million in international sales. Amazon has also committed to becoming net zero carbon across their worldwide business by 2040. I sure hope they reach that goal. Over the last couple of years, Amazon has changed my life in a lot of ways. I became an Amazon influencer in the US about a year and a half ago, and they have provided earning opportunities that I never could have imagined. If you want to learn more about that program, check that out here. I'm also planning to become an Amazon influencer in the Spain program, so if you'd like for me to cover that in future videos, be sure to let me know in the comments. I can't wait to see where your dreams will take you.